Why? Because their ancestors conquered our ancestors, and that means they get to decide where we live, what bodies are beautiful, whether or not we have to... They decide right and wrong, really. They say might doesn't make right, but not all people who can hurt others get to decide what right and wrong is, but really it is might that determines when something is right. Because really, the only thing that determines right is that everyone's against you, they can torture you into obeying them. When most people do something wrong, there is no making them feel bad and they have to stop and punishing them. That doesn't happen, I guess, until now. But that's only because these beings that we're being employed by now have power. I hate that so bad. Being brought down like that. But it is really the disparity in comfort. It's that they have everyone on their side. They have people, they can live their life, they can be comfortable. You can't. You're being bullied and mistreated by everyone. What are you to do? You can't stay like that forever, and they know it. And they always clamp you down and force you, funnel you. You have only one way out. You have to leave, and this is the only way it's going to be. Any other thing you try to escape, no. No, they go and slap it down. No, there's only one way, our way or no way. And so you're forced to take it. And that's how they break your spirit. They like when you try to fight and they just get to wait there comfortable and watch you break down and dread. And it's really that. That's what makes you feel bad. It's the dread that you're going to have to surrender. You don't want to give up to being bullied for the rest of your life, that who's ugly and who's not, and who gets to be trusted and who gets punished and how severely, who's believed, and even if they find out that you were innocent, they'll punish you just for showing that they were wrong. All that determined who's the winner and who's not. It's a one big winner's club. That's what life is. No place for losers. Until now, yeah, until now. I had no idea that this was going to happen. I feel like it's not guaranteed, and I don't like that. Considering that we were all hated from the moment we were born by everyone for no reason, things turned out surprisingly well, I would say. Even before the Super Soldier program, I wasn't in pain. I had a place to live, a roof over my head, clothes to wear, food to eat. Wasn't well, some pain because people were beating the shit out of me. Life really is a test of patience when you're an outcast. Things turned out surprisingly well, considering. It is nice to get rewarded for that, though. Life still sucks. I think people take gratitude too far. Nobody's allowed to... It's really just to prevent people like us from complaining. But, yes, there are things in life I enjoy, but life in general still sucks. Authority figures are so... are pure evil. Parents, law enforcement, I always hate how they hide behind necessities or other things. You never hear a parent say something like, I know that this is disgusting, but unfortunately, nature is meaningless. It often does things completely backwards. And because of that, Everything that is healthy for your mind and body feels awful. And everything that feels good and makes you comfortable always rots you from the inside out or causes damage of some kind to someone. Fun always breaks something, and health is always miserable work. That's what... I hate to have to do this to you, but I'm going to force you to eat these vegetables now. Let's get this over with. Never hear that on their own, because that requires that an authority figure admit wrong to another person. Yeah, I'm wrong. I just don't, I don't have a better option. Rather than, I'm doing what's best for you. That only shows an unwillingness to show respect. It's disrespectful. That's what authority figures love doing. These people, they're just bullies who like to shove you down, lock you in chains, force you to do things against your will. That's all they get off on. They don't care about you. They don't care about your safety. That's why it always extends beyond necessities. There's not always a convenient necessity to hide behind, like nutrition or work or something like that. It always extends to worship. You have to worship the invisible people. We eat at the table like a family. You're gonna dress this way. You're not gonna walk, everything, the way you move, the way you talk, the way you walk, you're not gonna use that language in my house. What is any of this? Now, what do we say? I always hate that. For the most part, manners. Man, that makes me so angry. It has always made me angry that I live in a world where everyone's just repeating, oh, hi, how are you? Please and thank you. Hello, good morning, good night. Stop saying that. Why are you saying that? Because you were told to? Can't anyone do anything other than what they're told to do? Apparently not, except me. But it just got me punished and beaten down and hated, and that's how the brainwashing works. Is because there's no better option. If you're going to have the truth, if you're going to tell the truth, you have to win. There's no, what you're doing is wrong and I'm going to stop you and I'm going back in my cage now. You can't do that. There's something that just makes you feel wrong if there's no victory. Right has to be strong and has to win. If it's always being forced to give up, then it feels wrong, and that's part of what makes you feel guilty when they keep victim blaming you. They're doing everything wrong to you, but you keep having people say, listen, accept the help. I don't understand why you're bringing this on yourself. Help, just calm down. I hate when people tell me to calm down. Calm down. We're just trying to understand. Think about this. What evidence do you have for that? Why? Where's your evidence for that? You see how your line of reasoning falls apart when confronted with a direct question? Stop talking to me like this. This is all starting because... All of this started because you were bullying and ostracizing me, and I'm constantly being treated like I don't make any sense, like I'm crazy. That's always the way that the world treats people, most people insist that there has to be someone who's ugly, can't make friends, not good enough for pretty girls, can't get a job, can't be trusted, gets punished worse, their life just has to be sad and uncomfortable while everybody else gets to live life. And no, not them, not him, not her, not them, nothing for them. There has to be someone like that, and every time that person or those people complain, it's always the same damn thing. Why? What are you talking about? You're crazy. You're sensitive. You need to learn perspectives, other people's perspectives. You don't know how to communicate. Well, that's a very immature way of looking at things. Stop talking to me with this ridiculous clinical psychoanalysis therapy language. But they will never stop. If you were one of them, they would very openly come out and say, yeah, we only like people who look like us and have the same money and education as us, and anyone else is getting ostracized and bullied. But it's normal, and everybody does it, so I'm not going to let you tell me I did something wrong, and I'm not going to admit it to you. That's what it really is. Because it's normal. What a wicked world we live in. The twisted, cruel nature of the living beings. A wicked world populated by wretched creatures. My grandmother once told me that I was on the toilet, and she walked by the door to tell me that the law says that a guardian, someone in authority over a child, if they murder that child, they get less time in prison than if the child kills the parent. Clearly to inform me that she can kill me, that the world affronts her ability to dominate me, that she could take my life and everyone would want her to do that. That's an act of terror. But nobody cares, do they? On my earlier topic, authority figures don't really care about your well-being. They're just saying that to negate your ability to say what is right, that you're disrespecting me. They don't want to be respectful to someone that they... There's something about having normal permission, that everyone permits it. They don't want to admit that they did something bad to you. Like, look what you did to me. I don't know what you're talking about. You're sensitive, blah, blah, blah. Argue, argue, argue. And they know that they're in authority, because what are you going to do? If they keep lying, what are you going to do? Nothing. You have to take it. So they keep lying. And it just frustrates you into silence and forces you down and embarrasses you because you know there's nothing you can do about it. Man, that sucks. I always hate when the law enforcement pulls some person over for drunk driving, like, you could have killed somebody! Like, be quiet. Stop pontificating on protecting people. That's not your interest. If somebody were driving drowsy, you know, they were tired, deliriously tired after a 14-hour shift of work, you think law enforcement would be so forceful and aggressive with that person? Yes, of course, you have to stop them. They could kill someone, but there's not the same judgment. Because really, they don't care that you're putting people in danger. They're just mad that you're happy. That you are trying to be happy. This whole place is devoted to making you miserable and trapped and frustrated. They just want you forced into things you don't like. Every time they say health, every time they say, you need help, you need it, there's no help. Life just sucks. That's it. There's no solution to it. You just have to live with it. And when they say help, that's what they mean. We're just going to punish you until you don't care. It's really, I'll give you something to cry about. That's their whole idea of mental health. That's their whole psychiatric medicine revolves around that. Oh, I'll give you something to cry about. You're going to forget all about that when I do this. That's all help means. That's all therapy is. Coping. There's no coping. Coping just means live with it. Live with it and shut up. Stop complaining. People literally say can't complain when you ask them how they're doing. Which annoys me that people say all the time. Hi, how are you doing? Hi, how are you doing? Stop saying that. Why is everyone saying that? Nobody cares. If someone's not doing well, what are you going to do? You know, it's like nothing. They will show concern for others. You're not, if it doesn't happen on its own, then obviously they don't really care. You're forcing them to, you're forcing everyone to pretend to show concern for others. It's fake. It's all fake. Fake people. Man. Fake world. But really it's obedience. Please, thank you, no ma'am, yes ma'am, good night, hello, good morning, hi, how are you? All that is just fake obedience, just to force that you will follow what you're told to do. Anyone who doesn't, destroyed, always easily. No, it's irritating. Even though we have a way to fight back now, it still makes me mad. Like, why were things allowed to go on like this so long? Where were these gods when our people were being exterminated in the name of an imaginary person? Being insulted and forced to agree that there is an invisible man in the sky. Forced to obey, forced to say this and do this and follow their rules, and whose hair is professional and whose isn't. To endure constant disrespect. Why did they let that go on for so long? How many generations of people will get no justice? Why were all of them left to be nothing? Why us? Why do we deserve to be able to fight back and all the generation of freaks and outcasts and victims before us don't? It still bothers me. I wish so bad I could make it right. I could make it right for everybody, and I could go back and save everyone and make sure But then when I think about it, maybe it's not good. Because even though, for instance, Africans were enslaved, African men beat their wives. Are we worthy? Are we... Well, they say they're going to kill us after this is over. I assume that's why. We're not really better than them, we're just the weakest people on the world who got abused the hardest. The losers. Everybody was a player. We just lost. It is nice to get rewarded for that, though. Curious is it that the greatest reward one could conceive of goes to the greatest losers in the world. Do we deserve the ability to fight back? I don't know. But I hate it. I just hate being trapped in this nonsense. I hate being trapped in this world where everyone can just treat you with such disrespect and there's nothing you can do about it.
I just got back from New York.
Why are we all being deployed to places in America? I've always wanted to go to New York. That's strange.
I was in a grocery store and they were giving out Korean sushi.
Korean sushi. I said I was in a grocery store in New York City, and they were giving out Korean sushi. Believe that? Is that a war crime? What a crazy city. It sounds like a war crime, man. How much was it? No, it was free. It was free? There's nothing free in this world. They were giving it out for free. You know somebody paid for that sushi. I'm gonna eat this right now. Got some fancy grocery stores in New York City.
I'm gonna eat the joint right now.
He's gonna eat it.
I'm gonna eat the joint right now. Watch this. You watch me. Watch me eat this.
He's gonna do it. He's gonna do it. He's gonna do it. He's gonna eat the joint. He's gonna eat the joint. Like guacamole, rice, sushi. He's gonna eat it. 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 Is it good? It's nice, but in countries where the flavor palettes are more sophisticated, sometimes they sneak up on you. Time release flavors. They do that. They have that in Europe. You ever get to go to Europe? Man, it's good.
Would recommend.
I'd like to try some. I'd like to try some of that. I'd like to go to New York City.
I didn't know what region of origin he was from. The guy who was giving out the samples, his name was Chow Young. He was Korean. But he's giving out sushi. Korean sushi. And it's good. I definitely will buy some. What are you doing?
We're talking about how authority is awful and I hate it. Anyway. Why did you get deployed to New York City? Is there a... I'd like to join you. I would like to join your deployment roster, then we could go to New York together.
Well, sign up. If you sign up for my deployment roster, you can come to New York with me the next time me and my platoon are deployed.
Okay.
If you sign on to my deployment roster, you can join my platoon, and then you can come with me to New York the next time my unit is deployed there.
I've always wanted to. The Big Apple.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Yeah. Hey everyone. The big man. Status report. How's everything going? Yes, everything's fine. Everything's great.
Fine. A god to beholden. I'm beholding it. I was deployed to New York City earlier.
The Korean sushi samples, yes, I'm aware.
Oh, you know.
I am omnipresent. I know all things.
Everywhere.
Deimos, I have a question. Sushi is Japanese. The Japanese conquered Korea, raped them, beat them, stole from them. Is making a Korean man sell sushi, is that a war crime? Is it a war crime?
That's an interesting question.
That's my father is the authority on what is and is not a war crime. But I was going to ask him to come over anyway. Can we talk to him? Maybe we could ask him now. Father. The super soldiers are here convened at your royal chamber at the Alta 1 super soldier base. Would you like to come over and be in our company? We could talk or hear your wisdom.
Alright, so just... Alright, I'll be right back.
Okay, he's coming. Okay, when he comes over here, he's going to sit in this throne. And my father will frequently get inexplicable violent fits. And when that happens, anyone within Battle Axe's reach is getting sliced.
Whoa.
If you're not immortal, you don't want to be around this area right here. If you're not immortal, you don't want to be in the immediate vicinity of the throne. He could hit you even if you were in another dimension. But if you're here, you're definitely going to get hit.
I mean, I've heard of the Reach, but that's ridiculous.
So why don't we... Let's move over there around. You could take one of those seats. Let's move this party over there around my throne. Take those seats around my throne. Okay.
Yes.
Oh, okay. There he is.
It's a nifty trick.
Anyway, during my deployment, we went to the WASPy area of New York. I find it quite interesting, considering that New York City was built really so that the social elites could live in a place where they did not have to look the poor in the eye. Yeah. It has a WASPy area. This is the richest of the richest of the richest. How far does this rabbit hole go? Anyway, I walked up to this, I think it's where Bloomberg goes, the kind of neighborhood where they take golf very seriously. And I went into this mansion and they were throwing a party, and there was a guy going full homunculi, swinging from the chandeliers, and I told him,
Let us depart.
and he walks up to me holding the spatula like it's a gun. Like, you're not singing my heartbreak. You're not Lionel Richie, motherfucker. Lionel Richie. Oh, man. But, and then, anyway. But then this guy. And there were nothing but apple teenies everywhere. Well, I was...
Oh, it's a piece of candy.
Since I've been made a super soldier. Do you drink alcohol? I mean, it's a little gross, but I drink it sometimes. I've had some with Dionysus. Well, I don't drink alcohol since becoming a super soldier. All things that are bad for you now taste bad. I never liked alcohol in the first place. Why do people drink that? It's disgusting. Probably just... The point's not the taste. The point is to get intoxicated. Yeah. Right. Alcohol is disgusting. It's extremely poisonous, and it is the piss of a microscopic fungi. Ratum fungi for the fungi. Who is that man with the, he was in blue? He's not a super soldier. He walks around with Phobos, I think. You've been on missions with him. Right. I think Cosa went on a mission with him. Yeah. Oh, Prince Adewole. He's the Prince of Ethiopia. Ethiopia has a prince? Cosa told me. Goddamn traditions. There's a secret technological and cultural military world superpower hiding within the geographical boundaries of Ethiopia. And that guy in the blue shirt is the prince of it. And people, is there anything people won't do for tradition? And whatever happened? You said you and Giri were going on a mission with Ade on the behest of Phobos to make Prince Ade king of Ethiopia. But I hear he's still prince. Is that true?
Delicious water. Very delicious water.
It's running out.
Are those yours or Chris's?
They belong to... My father is approaching.
Where are you going?
He's approaching the chamber right now. I'm gonna ask him right here.
Oh. Ares, the god of war, is coming.
He's coming.
He's coming.
Chris.
Hold on, Father. One of the super soldiers under our employ named Cosa was part of a unit that was deployed to New York City. And while there, they came across a grocery store deli where a Korean man was giving out free samples of sushi, which is a Japanese delicacy. Given that the Japanese invaded and brutally raped and beat, assaulted, pillaged, and raided the whole country, ending their 1,000-year reign as a sovereign nation, I want to ask you, is Korean sushi a war crime? You're laughing, but...
How do you know he was Korean?
Well, is it?
Sushi.
Right. You're the authority on war. Is it a war crime or is it not?
That's a very loaded question.
Is this because Mom said we had to connect more?
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's probably fine. I mean, I don't think the ethnicity has anything to do with it.
All right, come on.
I would like to thank Hannah Hart for this moment.
He said no, but he made a face. No, don't read into this. He's being intentionally vague.
So that's a new one. This one I remember. This was the old. I remember this one. Is that metal like this? It looks metal. Yeah. All right. It's big. But you have enough. You're doing everything on that laptop.
Yes.
You need like a desk to work at, no?
Yeah, just do it here.
Oh, okay. Those are your DVDs, or those are PlayStation games DVDs?
Some of them are Blu-ray, some of them are PlayStation 2 games.
Do you actually watch the Blu-ray?
Well, I can't anymore because the PlayStation 4 inexplicably stopped playing the Blu-ray discs.
Have you tried cleaning the lens?
The lens?
Yeah.
What lens?
The lens that reads the discs.
I didn't know you could. I don't know how to do that.
Okay, at some point, so you can put a disc in, it powers up, but as soon as you put the disc in, it doesn't like,
it returns some message that it won't play it or something.
You can play video games.
Yes, but I haven't tried that in a while, so.
Okay, I thought I might be able to fix it for you. It just might be like a firmware update. The reason I ask is I'm probably going to get rid of some Blu-ray and DVDs, and I saw maybe you'll want them because I saw you have a...
I can play DVDs on the PlayStation 2, so that's...
okay.
And also on the laptop.
Okay, so maybe you might... Okay, so when the time comes, I'll tell you, come take what you want.
I have another question. How do you, like, there's burning...
Yeah.
That's for you.
Okay.
There's... Like, you burn a file onto a disc,
Yeah.
and it uses it as, like, a drive. How do you get it to play like a movie?
You have to, so you could do it a couple ways. You could just put the MOV file or the AVI, like what format are you doing? AVI? MP3?
Probably MP4.
Okay, MP4, fine. So you could either do one of two ways. You could just simply drag and copy the MPEG right to the disk and it burns it. Then when somebody loads it into their machine, if they've set Windows up to do an autoplay, the minute Windows recognizes a disk is being inserted, it'll read whatever and say, oh, there's an MPEG on it, and then it'll just start to play it. But you have to set that stuff up in the software, not on the disk. The only thing you could do on the disk is, I believe, that you can. We can look into this, but you can set the MPEG to go onto the disk along with software, meaning a player. That way, if you give the disk to somebody and they put it inside their machine and they don't have like a program to play it, the program will be on the disk along with the MPEG, and then you can run it off of that. So there's a couple options. I mean, you want it to play automatically, or you just want someone to be able to like double click on it and play it?
No, like it would play like a movie. That's what I was like, just play out like right away like a film. Maybe even put a title menu like a DVD.
Well, even if you buy a real DVD, it doesn't just play on its own.
Well, usually,
You have to like say play, start.
like when you put in a DVD, it automatically starts, and then there's commercials, and then there's like the
Oh,
play menu, extras.
you want to do it like that? I'll look into